Hi, I'm Andrew Perry, and this is the Year of Opportunity. This episode is about the importance of property maintenance and what the city does to keep Artesia in the pristine condition that you know it's in. Or do we? It all starts off here. This is the city council chambers, and this is where Artesia's city council meets. These people behind me are members of the community who are elected by you, the citizen. For over 50 years, city council members have been passing legislation that reflects their desires for a clean, beautiful community that is responsible for the environment. Perhaps some of you are wondering, if these people are passing legislation, who is enforcing it?
Hello, I am Pradeep Elayath, Code Enforcement Supervisor for City of Artesia. What are codes? Codes are regulations and guidelines set by the decision makers in the city of Artesia for the community to follow so that the community can have a healthy, safety, and good, nice place to live.
Our code enforcement department takes a proactive approach enforcing this property maintenance in the city. This is a perfect example for a property violation as far as the maintenance. As you can see, the grass is not maintained and it creates a public nuisance, and also Artesia Municipal Code 9-2.1505 this is considered as a property violation, maintenance violation. If you own a property in the city, that's your responsibility to maintain.
The City of Artesia Municipal Code have adopted the building codes, the fire codes, the sections of the health and safety code to protect the health, safety, and welfare of our community. This is the municipal code book. All the codes and regulations are in this book, and the city follows this book as a guidelines for our community for code compliance. How does code enforcement impact the community? It helps ensure the health and safety of citizens, helps maintain and improve property values, helps reduce the crime rate and police calls for service, helps attract business and development, ensures a good quality of life for our citizens. It is our goal to obtain voluntary compliance from the property and business owners we work with. In the cases where we are unable to obtain voluntary compliance, code enforcement officers have the authority to issue civil citations and or file criminal charges. Our office has been set priorities in terms of the type of calls we received. The top priorities goes to the Code Enforcement Division's first priority are issues that involve the health and safety of our community. We are also concerned with property maintenance issues to ensure the quality of life in our community and maintaining property values.
Here's a perfect example of a vacant lot, unmaintained, and this is creates a public nuisance. The fence is not properly secured. The vegetations are overgrown, not maintained, and it creates an eyesore to people and a public nuisance.
The Public Safety Office analyzes the situation and prioritizes the complaints we receive. Once we receive the complaint, we assign an officer within 24 hours. And of course, the response time varies depending the type of call or priority. Officer verify the violation and provide a reasonable time to correct that violation to the responsible parties. At that time, a notice of violation will be issued to the responsible party. In addition, the officer may give additional time, depends upon the nature of violation. If no response from the responsible parties received, a re-inspection will be conducted to check for compliance. If the violations are corrected, the case is closed. If no compliance observed, then the case will go to a citation process. The officer will issue a administrative citation, start from anywhere from $100 to $250, depending on if it's infraction or misdemeanor violation. The infractions violations are like fire code violations, and all other violations are considered as misdemeanor. The cases will transfer to the city prosecutor's office if there is no cooperation from the responsible parties. I would like to say that 99% of our residents are in compliance, and we didn't have to go through all these prosecutor actions. Once we receive the court enforcement case, there's a 3-step process we actually follows. The staff enforcement and prosecutor enforcement, and by the court action. The staff enforcement, once violations are discovered, we seek compliance through comprehensive internal efforts, which means we seek voluntary compliance through notices or follow-up inspections. If there is no compliance from staff request, it goes to the city prosecutor's office. City prosecutor will send the compliance letters to the responsible parties, and including office conference if requested by staff. The city bring the prosecutors and the responsible parties around the table and discuss to find out the possible solutions. And if it does not work out, then it goes to another administrative process. If a cooperation remains absent, a criminal charges will be filed by the prosecutor's office. The criminal prosecution is costly and a lengthy process. Inspection warrants can be issued if there is no consent to enter the property. Abatement warrants to gain entry for city forces to abate a public nuisance. These are from prosecutor's office initiated actions. I would like to show you a few before and after pictures of code enforcement actions. What you see here is the before the code enforcement action happened, and the property looks substandard, fire hazard, a safety hazard to the community. After the code enforcement action, as you can see the pictures, the after pictures, as you can see the house is cleaned in a healthy condition, and this is the result of a code enforcement action.
So that's it for this episode. Property maintenance is important because there is a standard of aesthetic appeal, environmental care, property value, and cleanliness that your city representatives want to uphold. These standards are reflected through over 50 years of evolving legislation, or codes. Code enforcement officers, like Pradeep, are the ones tasked with enforcing this code. Ultimately, it really is up to the residents and businesses themselves to own this community. Go out there and vote. Become familiar with your representatives. Be aware of the legislation that is passed that ultimately affects you. We're public servants. I'm a public servant. And ultimately, we are tasked with helping you. If you see something that is wrong in your neighborhood, or while visiting a business, don't assume someone else has seen it. Own it. Call us. We're here to help. I'm Andrew Perry, reporting from a very cosmopolitan city of Artesia, California. Zaijian, my friends.